Hey everyone, Zoraz here from Not Casuals. Today we're going to be talking about the new artifact sets as well as the new weapons coming in Genshin Impact version 4.3. Now the devs have announced officially what these are going to look like. Many people had seen them before as they were leaked, but it is now official, so we can go over them and see exactly what to expect and who are they going to be good on. So first we have the new 5-star weapon, the Verdict. It is a 2-hand Claymore and is the signature weapon of Navia, the new 5-star character coming out in the same patch. Of course, this is a weapon tailored for her and it is going to be absolutely amazing on her. But we could also see some use of this weapon being a Claymore on some characters like Noel or Ito, which are also DPS Claymore users. Now, on top of having a lot of crit rate, it also has a increased attack by 20%, which is a pretty significant amount. And of course, if you refine this weapon, these percentages are going to go even higher. So this is a very, very powerful attack DPS weapon and will be very, very, very strong on Navia as your main DPS in your party. Now, the very interesting effect of this weapon is when a character in your party collects a elemental shard from a crystallized reaction. So when any of your characters pick up these crystals from the Geo reaction, the character who has this weapon equipped will gain 1 seal, which will increase their elemental skill damage by 18%, which is a very high percentage. This will last for 15 seconds and you can have 2 of these seals at once, which will mean almost a 40% elemental skill damage at refinement rank 1. So this is a very significant boost, especially because crystallized reactions, you will be able to pick up a lot of shards when you have the right characters in your party, and you will basically be able to have this buff on at a very high pace or pretty much every time you cast your elemental skill if your rotation is done right. So this is going to be absolutely amazing. Now, these seals will disappear once your elemental skill deals damage, but then if you pick up more shards, it comes back up. So you will really have a high uptime on this. It works very similarly to one of Navia's ability, which is that she also collects shards from crystallized reaction and creates these kind of like little bullets, which she can stack up and then do way more damage with her skill already. So both of these combined together will just create her insane amount of damage burst with her skill. Obviously, this will have to be tested, but it is a very fun, very nice looking weapon, which will work on other characters, but is very specifically strong on someone like Navia. And of course, the fact that it looks like an axe, even though it's a Claymore, this is something that they haven't really done often before, but it is really nice to see new looking types of weapon for the game. Hopefully next we could have something like a hammer or something like that. But anyways, it's just really fun to see and really nice weapon. It will be a very, very well sought after weapon for those who like to use Geo in their team. Now, the next weapon, the Ultimate Overlord Mega Magic Sword, which is a mouthful, but also a 2-handed Claymore, is going to be a very, very strong, if not one of the strongest 4-star weapon in the game, in my opinion. Now, it's going to have to have a base attack of 565, which is a very decent number for a 4-star weapon, but also energy recharge of 30%, which is very good for many characters because energy recharge is so important in this game. Now, it's not as offensive, but the first effect of this weapon is increased attack by 12%. And then on top of it, you'll get up to another 12% based on the number of the Melusines that you've helped in the Merusia village, which basically is a world quest in Fontaine, which anybody can do. So you can get the maximum percentage of this very easily by simply doing it, which this gives you basically 24% attack increase at refinement rank 1. Now, it says at the bottom here that this weapon refinement will be collectible from the events that will come in 4.3. So it is a fair guess to say that we'll be able to get this refinement rank 5 without doing too much other than simply the content of the patch. So this is going to be a very, very interesting catch. Anybody who's playing the game right now would really like to go for this weapon and its refinement rank 5 while the event is going on, because at refinement rank 5, this passive will be giving 48% attack. Now, 48% attack with a lot of energy recharge and a very good base attack is a very, very strong Claymore. It is even really close to a lot of 5-star weapons at refinement rank 1 in terms of stats and in terms of what it offers. So this is going to be excellent weapon that you can use on literally any Claymore character that needs a bit of energy recharge. And this is going to be something that I really suggest everybody does everything they can to get it and get the R5 on it. as you will really not find many great swords as good as this in 4-star, especially free to play, as everybody's going to be able to get this from the event without having to spend any money whatsoever. So this is going to be a must get for any player playing this game right now. Now next we have the 2 new artifact sets. The first one, Nighttime Whispers in the Echoing Woods. Now this set is a Geo based set. The 2-piece gives attack 18%, which is a good bonus of course on any character that does damage and scales well off of attack, which obviously includes Navia, as this set is going to be a very powerful set for her. But the 4-piece set is also what gets interesting. After using an elemental skill, gain 20% geo damage for 10 seconds. While under a shield granted by crystallized reaction, the above effect will be increased by 150%, which means by 30%, because 150% of 20 is basically 1.5 times. So this would basically give, if I understand this correctly, a total of 50% geo damage bonus for 10 seconds if you are shielded. Now, of course, when you're picking up crystallized shards, you are shielded the majority of the time. Navia obviously is going to be built with her weapon and her kit around picking up crystallized shards. So this is a fair to say that she is going to be using this set as her best in slot, most likely, as this makes her skill do way more damage and gives her attack. But also a character, for example, like Ningguang, who is also a very strong Geo DPS, this would most likely be her best in slot artifact set as well, and will always work on literally any geo damage character that you're using as a DPS, as you can use really anyone you want, including Noelle or Ito. They both work very well, and while there might be better sets for them specifically, this set in general will just be a very good set to use on any geo character. I personally am going to be building this especially for my Ningguang, as it is going to be very good for her, but really it is Navia set, a Ningguang set, or any geo damage character set, and you will not regret farming this artifact set if you like using geo damage in your party. Now lastly, the set Song of Days Past is also going to be coming through a new domain in this patch, and this is going to be a bit different as opposed to the first geo set, which is amazing. Now this set offers a healing bonus as well as a very complicated effect. It is similar to the clam set. If you heal over 15,000 in less than 6 seconds, then your other characters who are doing damage with their normal attack, charge attack, or their skill, burst, or literally anything they do, will basically increase that active character's damage by 1200, which is 8% of 15,000, up to 5 times for a total of about 6,000 extra damage. And then the whole cycle starts over where you have to go back on the healer and heal for up to 15,000. So this is obviously not a bad set in any way and will work well on healers to provide extra damage for your party. But the Ocean Clam set, which is something that is already in the game before, is very similar and also a healing set that offers damage. And many people seem to say that that set is going to be similar, if not better already. Now this new set obviously is not bad in any way. When you're using Song of Days Past on a healer, you will grant more damage to your party and you will get a healing bonus. And if you're not min-maxing, obviously there is no problem at all using this set. But in the state of the game currently, as a healing bonus set, it is a little bit underwhelming considering how much you need to spend resin, like thousands of resins, to get a very decent set of any kind. I would say if you do need a healing set, it is not a bad go to go for this one. But if you don't really need a healing set, which, for example, a hero like Bennett does not really benefit from this set well at all. He does much better with something like Noblesse. So for a character like that, this is not really a set that you would want to farm. And for many characters in this game, they are going to be better off with different healing sets, such as the Clam or even sets like Noblesse. So this is a bit of an underwhelming set. It's not bad. It will work well if you use it, and it is going to offer you additional damage through your healer. But there is many other options, and it's not a must get, as opposed to the previous set, which is obviously a must get for geo damage characters, as it is just that good. So this is something that you really are going to have to leave up to you if you really want to get it or not. So that's about it. So those are the 2 new weapons and the 2 new artifact sets coming in the patch. Make sure you get that 4-star Claymore, and make sure to get the refinement on it as much as you can during the event. If you can max out that Claymore at R5, you will have a very solid Claymore that looks like a 5-star weapon. So it is really powerful. And then for the rest, obviously it depends on the way you're playing your account and what you need, but it is nice to see a focus kind of coming back onto the Geo character scene and offering some kind of bonuses for Geo, and obviously a new Geo character which looks like a very strong carry DPS character. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of work going into Geo in the coming patches as well. From what we've heard, there is going to be another Geo 5-star coming in the next few patches, so that will be very interesting to keep a lookout out for that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.